Hey there, good looking. Join me for this calorie torching one dumbbell metabolic conditioning workout. Whew, that's a mouthful. Anyways, this workout will deliver. And this is day 12 of our 12 days of Christmas challenge. Yes, I am so proud of you guys. Now, for this workout, all you need is one moderate weight dumbbell. For reference, I'm using a 12. All right, let's go get warmed up. Hello and welcome. If you're unfamiliar with me, my name is PJ Wren and I've been a certified personal trainer for close to 3 decades, focusing on women over the age of 40. And it is pretty damn awesome to have you here and my 12 days of Christmas challengers. Yes, we got this. Here we go, last workout. All right, let's take it, well, like not for life, just last workout for the challenge. All right, as long as we have that covered. Here we go, let's take it down for a warm up. Come down on all fours for me. Spread those fingers, wrists under shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips, and just flow into sort of a cat and cow pattern. And you can use your breath if you'd like, inhaling, letting the chest and belly drop, and then exhaling and pushing the ground away. Let's do one more. And neutral spine. Left hand behind the ear, bring that hand or that elbow in towards the other elbow and rotate up, getting into that T-spine. Those of you who have been part of the challenge, we've done this warm-up drill before. It's a really good one, especially if you're doing presses, which we will be doing in the workout, getting that upper back ready to extend and press that dumbbell. Here we go, last one, other side. One more. Excellent. Come on into a standing position for me. Take your arms up, pull the shoulders back and down, feet shoulder width apart, and drop down into a squat and drive up. When we squat, remember those knees track with the toes and your hip hinging. So we have 8 exercises, 2 rounds, 45 seconds of work. We're using a compound or multi-joint movements so that we get the most burn for our exercise, and that's what a metabolic conditioning workout is. It's sort of a combo of strength as well as cardio or conditioning. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do our side-to-side walks, get those outer hips warmed up, sink down to that quarter squat and step it 2 to 3 times, or if you can go further, go for it. But as mentioned, you want to feel this outer hip fired up. We're getting into the glutes and gluteus medius here, getting them ready for our squats and lunges and all that other fun stuff. Good. One more time that way. And come to center. Drive the knees up now, getting into the hip flexor and quads. Use the arms. Good. Keep the chest lifted though, so it's the knees coming up, not you collapsing forward. Excellent. Four. 3, 2, 1. Now take it wide, curl the heels to the bum, working into the hamstrings now. Now we can add a little bit of arms too, get into the upper back as we reach and pull. Reach and pull. Now with these exercises, anytime you want to get rid of the dumbbell, go for it. For instance, the first exercise we're doing is a reverse lunge and dumbbell press. You don't have to do the press. So there's really ways you can tone it down as well as ramp it up throughout this entire workout. So listen to what your body's telling you and how you're feeling today. Last 4, 3, 2, you ready to go? 1. Awesome. Grab that dumbbell. I want you to mirror me. Dumbbells in this hand. We're going to step back in this leg for a lunge. And when we're down there in the lunge, then you'll do the press. Let's give it a try. Ready? Down, press. So how far you sink down into that lunge is totally up to you and how your knees are feeling. Remember, I'm always encouraging you going in a range of motion that is pain-free. There should never be pain in a joint when you're doing an exercise. A little harder doing the press from the down position. Usually we do it on the up position. Last couple of reps. 1 more. All right, we got the other side, right? All right, so remember, lunge pattern, feet hip width apart. We get the dumbbell, rack it up, nice and tall in the spine. Now step it back, press up, feet back to hip width. So we want to make sure we keep the feet hip width, almost like we're standing on railroad tracks. And that's going to allow us to hold that posture when the foot is back there. Now, we've talked about this before too. You may feel that you have to sort of hinge a little bit from the hip. When you're down in that lunge position, it might feel a little nicer on the knees. Now we're going into a bear hold with a dumbbell tap coming up. Don't worry, I'll coach you through it, but we are on all fours in about 10 seconds on our mat. 1 more lunge. 1 more press, time. All right, I want you to position your dumbbell like so, just in front of you. Now get into that 4-point position. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees up, and then tap the dumbbell. Now, if that's not available to you, you know, where you're at right now with your fitness, I want you to tap your wrists. And then at any time, feel free to drop the knees, take a bit of a breather, and then join us when you can. Wrists go back under shoulders each time. Knees are, not too high up. You want to keep the knees at 90 degrees and the hips at 90 degrees. And this is a thigh burner for sure, in addition to core and upper body. Last 10 seconds, come on. Woo. Okay, that one's tough. Now let's get on the back. Hold on the dumbbell with each hand on the end. Hands are up. We're performing a skull crusher, and as we do that, we lift the hips up into a bridge and then lower the hips. Here we go. Heels close to the bum, hip width apart. Drive the hips up at the same time you bring the dumbbell post towards the forehead and lower. Elbows stay lined up with those shoulders. We're not moving through the shoulder, just through the elbow joint. Now, if you have a hard time coordinating this, get rid of the bum lift. I would rather you focus on the triceps. Or maybe keep the bum up and don't lower it. Just keep it into a static bridge. Time. All right, now stay here for me. Cup the dumbbell the furthest end away from you and then angle it away from the head. Bring the legs up, draw the belly button in. Now let's just start with the arms first. Give me a pullover. Drop the arms down, moving through the shoulder. Dumbbell touches the ground behind you and then pull it back over. So we want to move through the shoulder this time, not the elbows. Good. Now, if you want to increase the intensity, as you lower the arms, the legs come down as well, keeping that low back on our mat, not popping it up as we lower down. And breathe, yeah? Okay, good. So a little combo move here for the abs, back muscles, shoulders, bit of triceps too. If you bend the knees further, that's also going to decrease the intensity. All right, come into a standing position for me. Feet are shoulder width apart. Dumbbell here. When you give me a squat and then press the dumbbell to me and stand back up again. Okay, ready? Down, chest press, and stand. Now when we do the chest press, it's really important that you don't tuck that bum under. All right, keep the tailbone pushed behind you a bit. Keep that neutral spine. And then you want to work harder, sink a little deeper with that squat. Pause it out there for the breath. One more. Woo, that's no joke. All right, mirror me. Dumbbell in this hand. Come to this. Oh, I got to figure this out here. Come to this side of the mat. I want you to step out for a side lunge. Okay, now as you step back, give me a high row. Step out, high row. With our lunge pattern, toes, knees, hips, and shoulders are squared to me. When we go up, we're bringing that arm up, moving through the shoulders and your lats. Good. One more. Woo. All right, other side of the mat. Other hand. All right, so hopefully you're breathing heavy. Maybe you can hear me breathing. That's what we want a metabolic or a Metcon workout to be. All right, let's do it. Step outside. Reach across. Drive up. We want multiple muscle groups working. We want to make it challenging. So this is our last exercise. We're going to take it back, just one more round, reverse lunge, adding that dumbbell press if you want. Remember on this guy, toes, knees, hips, shoulders to me. Good job. One more. All right. Okay, so I want you to mirror me. Dumbbell now in this hand, okay? We're going to step back, feet hip width apart, lunge it, press it, and back in. Ready, set, go. Again, you go as deep as you feel comfortable for that lunge pattern. Just keep those feet hip width apart though. We got to get our game faces on now. I'm really focusing here. Whew. The press is a struggle in that mid-lunge position. Whew. Last few reps. One more. Time. All right, other arm. I gotta grab a quick sip of water. Other leg stepping back for that lunge. All right. Let's do this. Ready, set, go. Lunge it. Press it. We're getting down in that bear position, tapping the dumbbell or maybe your wrists, coming up in 10 seconds. Last one. All right. So dumbbell can be low, or you can stand it right upright. And making sure that you're kind of struggling to tap that dumbbell. Don't have it too close to you. Get down on all fours, tuck the toes under for me. Now lift the knees up and tap, tap. Last 10 seconds. Whew. We're bridging and doing that skull crusher for the triceps. In 3, 2, 1. Whew. Holy moly. Does that ever get the thighs, huh? All right, grab onto each end of your dumbbell. Feet hip width apart, heels close to the bum. As you drive the hips up, you bring the dumbbell down. Go. Now we're keeping the shoulders stable. It's only the elbow joint that's moving. We want to feel the back of the upper arm. Try not to rest in between reps. So once you feel your hips hit the mat again, boom, come on up, do another rep. Push through those heels. It's really going to activate into the glutes. And then the dumbbell work, we're getting into the back of your arm, your triceps. Time. All right. Grab onto the furthest portion of the dumbbell and then angle it away with the hands. Bring the legs up, pull over. Leg drop is optional. If you're doing the leg drop with me, draw the belly button in towards the spine and keep that low back resting on the mat, not popping up as legs drop. We're standing for the next exercise. All right, come on up. Squat position. Okay, so shoulder width, toes slightly turned out, dumbbells held here. This is our squat with chest press. Whew. You ready? Let's do it. Drop down. Press towards me. Drive up. Give me a slight pause here. Whew. Good. Bum sitting back. Hands are coming forward. One more. All right, dumbbell in your right hand, mirror me. And then we're going to the right side of your mat. I got it figured out this time. It's a side lunge. Keep yourself squared to me, and then we've got a high pull for the back muscles and biceps. Let's go, take it down. High pull. Good, now, if you like, try to balance. One more, come on. Make it look good. time. Woo. All right, last exercise. Dumbbell in the other hand. Now give yourself some room. All right, move the feet a little bit. Cherish these 15 seconds. All right, ready? Let's go. Down. Get the rhythm first, and then see if you can do the knee up. So it's always best when you do an exercise, start it at its basic level and then progress. You'll get it faster than if you start with the progression right away. One more. And release. We did it! Hey, grab a sip of water. Now, those of you that have been doing the 12 days of Christmas challenge with me, you know that at the end of every workout, we've been doing a pre-hab move. So if you're new to this workout, or to me altogether, basically what we've done at the end of every session on this 12-day series is a exercise specific to an area of the body that can either be tight, unstable, unbalanced, or weak, so that we can pre-hab it before you end up in physio having to rehab it. So today's focus is on your ankle joint. And you would have gotten an email when you first signed up with this challenge, if you're part of the challenge, of why ankle mobility is so important. But essentially, we need the ankles to be mobile in order to do good-looking squats. If they're not mobile, our squat patterns start to compensate because our knees are shifting forward, and if we don't have that mobility in the ankle, it's got to come somewhere, and it comes through the low back, and we do what's called a butt wink. So again, here's what a butt wink looks like. All right, you come down, 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 and this is super exaggerated. You know, there are some versions of that I see when I watch people work out. We don't want that at all. You continuously do that, and you are going to wear your low back and end up with back pain. What we want to be able to do is have the mobility in the ankle so that when we shift back, the knees come forward, the ankle joint can accommodate that so we can keep neutral spine. So see how I'm keeping that there. All right, enough chit chat. So we're going to do a couple of ankle mobility drills. Let's take it down on the mat. You won't be mirroring me, but so I don't get my left and rights mixed up, which happens, I want you to be on your right leg in front. Okay, now turn the toe away. All right. From this position, bring the heel a little closer to your body, to the inside of your body there. Take your left hand and hold onto the ankle and drive the knee past your toe box, not letting the heel lift off. If you find it's quite easy, walk the foot in further and try it in this position until you find that tightness and restriction. So for me, it's right here. And we're just going to glide it forward and back, knees tracking with the toes, heel stays on the ground. Now we can glide inside and glide outside and maybe alternate inside, outside now for 4 more, knowing that the joint moves, right, in those directions. So let's keep it mobile in all those directions. Last one. All right, other side. So we're going to start by turning the toe out towards the top of the mat, bringing the heel in. Take your right hand, grab onto that ankle, keep it there, left hand on top of a left thigh, drive the knee forward and back. Now this one I'm really restricted in. I broke my ankle when I was a kid, so I don't need my foot as close to the midline of my body to feel it. And when you'll feel it by that, it's quite tight and you just can't get any further without lifting the heel up. We don't want that heel to lift. So play around with the right intensity for you on this one. Good, let's do 4 more and then we'll take it side to side. And all I'm basically doing is pushing my knee to the inside a little bit. Well, not pushing, but guiding it to the inside of my body and then to the outside. So I'm going to guide the knee to the inside, guide it to the outside. Good. Inside, I might not get as deep, or maybe you do. Maybe it's just my stupid ankle. This is something I did when I was like 5 years old and I'm still paying for it. Well, I didn't do it. My sister broke my ankle. She did it. Let's do 4 more. She was doubling me on her bike. And I put my foot through the spoke on the back wheel and she kept pedaling. Time. She doesn't do my workouts, so I can tell this story. All right, shake it out. And it was on her birthday too. So she had a miserable birthday. Well, we both did. But I got ice cream after. All right, final one. We're going to work now into stretching the calf, but a muscle that doesn't necessarily get stretched as often as it should. And it's underneath the belly of the calf. So we've got the belly of the calf called gastrocnemius. There's 2 heads, and then your Achilles tendons down there. Underneath that is a muscle called the soleus, and that's what really acts on your ankle dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. We need to stretch that, though, with a bent knee. So I want you to take your dumbbell. This is really turning into an education series, isn't it? I hope you don't mind. I love to instruct, so you're armed with the info so you know what you're doing and why. All right, bring half of your foot on top of the post. All right, now, feet hip width apart. I simply want you to bend the knee and hold it. So it's going to give you a calf stretch. You might feel something in the front of the shin too, but we are getting into that soleus because we have that leg we're stretching bent. Heel stays on the ground, and I'm just sinking my bum back, holding it. Breathe. All right, let's do the other side. So half the foot's up on the post. All right, your feet are staggered, so they're hip width apart. And I've got this when we're not stretching behind. Now bend both knees, push the hips back, and really sink more into this leg that you're stretching. Hands can rest on the top of your thighs, give yourself some support. And again, I feel this one, it's quite different than the other leg, and it's just due to that injury I had when I was 5. So, these things hold on to themselves. So we just need to know how to do workarounds and how we can slowly make improvements. I have to admit, as I've gotten older, this has gotten worse. I kind of didn't have to pay much attention to it in my 20s and 30s, even in my early 40s. And then 50s, hello, you need to start paying attention. And release. Woo! All right, let's do a little quad stretch, and then you can be on your way. Let's bring the heel up to the bum, pull the knee back, squeeze the bum forward, and get a nice stretch in the quad. So thank you so much for joining me for this workout. You could do this workout a huge favor too before you go by clicking the thumbs up. That lets the YouTube algorithm know that, hey, people like this workout, and it'll help us to show it to other people out there organically. And then if this is your final workout in the 12 Days of Christmas challenge, you will be getting a series of emails on how we can keep you going, because maybe you just started and this has got you going, or maybe you were going but you needed to switch things up because you were plateauing. Either way, we need to make sure that we have that road for success for you in the future already set up. So you'll be receiving emails on how that's going to happen. Other side. And if you want other ways that you can work with me, hit your goals, work out on a more deeper level, so that you reach your goals, you can either join us over on Patreon or on Over 50 Fitness. The information's down below in the description if you're here on YouTube. And release. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and I am so thankful that you've chosen me to help you get fit, and I look forward to continuing working with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah! Bye. We are going to get the heart rate up, train the body, and then keep that metabolic burn throughout the day. We can say it better. We can